Here's a little story from my, I think it's my grandmother who told me that story. I'm not sure. It could be my mother. Anyways, I was a kid. But so it's a story you can see. People like to say that it's a true story, but it's not a story. It's more of a kind of a, I guess, a cautionary tale to tell you, not to give in to avarice. But anyways, it's the story of a woman who's cooking, and she had unexpected visitors. So instead of inviting them in and sharing the food that she's cooking with them, she sits on the, I don't know what to call this in English, on the stuff she was cooking the food in, I guess a pot. She sits on the pot. So yeah, so you can see it's more of a, it's more of a kind of a story, that they tell kids not to be not to fall into avarice. But anyways, she sits for 3 hours, so it's hot. It's hot, and eventually, the visitors, they stay talking, stuff like that, and 3 hours go by, and the lady collapses and die. Yeah, she dies because she didn't want to share with her brethren. Yeah, avarice. What's true is that avarice, us Christians, us Catholics, we think that avarice is a capital sin. It kills you. That's what capital sins are. Is that they generate other sins. I can see it in Haiti. I can see how people who hold on to houses and stuff like that. They prefer to see the house collapse and become inhabitable, instead of sharing that house with people who don't have a roof under their head. How strange to say that you are Christian and behave like that. I know exactly one lady who says she's Christian, or a Bible carrying Christian, who behaves like that. So it doesn't make sense. This is highly incompatible with the spirit of with the spirit of the gospel to behave like that. Anyways.